Hello and welcome to Matt's Rocks. Today I'm going to do a cutting video. I'm going to cut this piece of chalcedony. I'm not sure what it is. I thought it was a snakeskin agate when I bought it, but I'm not sure. I've cut one piece off of it. It's pretty, it lets the light through, but it's just milky. And I'm going to cut this. I'm not sure if it's Chert or Jasper. I think it's Chert. It is conchoidal fractures in it, but it looks like it's brecciated, so there might be some patterns in there. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this too. I'm going to cut this one and these two on my oil saw, and then I've got a piece of stromatolite. I think it's stromatolite. Pretty sure it sure looks like stromatolite. I'm going to cut it, see what it looks like. It looks like it might have some red in it. I don't know if it goes all the way through. My brother brought this one to me, and this one, he brought me these two home from somewheres. And then I've got two pieces of jasper that looks like it might be picture jasper, and I've had them sitting over here by this oil saw. And as you can see, this one's got oil in it. I don't know if that oil will come out. I don't know if it's I don't know how far it's soaked in. This is a seems pretty porous, so I may have messed this one up. I had paper towels down here. I usually put paper towels down here, and I will do that before I start cutting. I'm not going to show you the actual cutting because I got to put it's got a plastic cover. It goes over the top, and you won't really be able to see through it anyway. So I figured I'd just show you the rocks and show you how I mount it, or how I lock them down in the saw, and then I'll start it. It's pretty much automatic. I mean, it's going to take a while for both of those. I'm going to cut these on my wet saw, these two, and if I can't get this one actually, I think I'll probably cut this one this way, across this end. I'll cut it on my wet saw too, on my water saw. So that's two. I've got a piece of petrified wood here. I think I'm going to clamp in this way and cut like this on this saw. My my wet saw. I'll give you a little tour of my shop while I'm at it. Once I might have to adjust this footage a little bit. There's the wet saw. I built this box. Oh cool, it is showing up pretty good. I built this box to put in. I've got my GoPro mounted over here so that it can look down on it. I haven't plugged everything in yet. I'll be able to see my screen on that one. It's got a bigger screen. It's like, yay. This one's only got a 1-inch screen. So anyway, let me go ahead and mount this first one up, and we'll go ahead and get it started. It's going to be noisy as heck. Okay, you can see that. I can't zoom in yet on that anyway. There's only a certain way you can get if you get it where you can zoom it in with the joystick, which I like better than the screen because it's only an inch. It's not even an inch, I don't think, on the screen. It's only about that wide, and it's got a little slider on the side icon on the screen that you got to slide up and down for your zoom, and it's too hard to get that to work while you're filming. To get it to work properly where it'll zoom steadily. You can zoom it up with your finger, but if you miss the little icon by a little bit or go off the icon, you change the screen altogether. I think I'm going to go ahead and do this chert first, just because it looks like it's going to be easier to stick in the saw for right now. So I'll put it in this way. Let's see if I can get it held in there. Keep it at as much of a 90-degree angle as I can. I may not be able to get that. Oh yeah, I should be able to get all of them in there except the jasper anyway. That may just be that jasper. What I'm thinking is jasper, maybe volcanic ash too. So it may not be jasper, picture jasper. I bought it at a rock shop and they had no idea what it was. They just had it as a sample there, had it sitting out. I'm going to need a little wedge of wood stick here on this back side so it'll close down on it good. It ain't going to hurt if I cut that tip of that off either. And that wood's surely not going to hurt my blade any. Not if it'll cut rock. It ain't going to. That blade's not going to affect any of that. I think I'll cut this first piece off fairly thick just in case. I gotta go out and get some more of these, I think. Yep, that's not enough. Okay, now I'm ready to get this. Got that locked down. I gotta get all this. I got anti-seize all over the place back here. I'm gonna get it all over me. And it don't come off very easy. But we got it covered. Go ahead and put the top on here. It's going to get noisy here in a second. Let me check my. Okay, put my automatic shut off. Adjust that a little bit. It's liable to shut off early, but I don't care about that either. I've got rags here that I use in the oil all the time, so that kind of helps. Helps get the anti-seize off, that's for sure. Okay, I need my 3 of these. Trying a new deal today too. I'm going to use 2 cameras. I haven't used that GoPro yet on much, just simply because I didn't think I was going to be able to edit the footage out of it for it, and when I did try, I wasn't sure I was going to be able to use the 2 together. Oh yeah, I'm not ready for that yet. I got to scoot this up there where it's almost touching the blade. There's a little indentation on the end where that saw blade's going in, so I'm not going to have to worry about touch and go starting it to make sure the blade's going straight. Plus it's Chert, so I'm not really that worried about it anyway. At least I think it's Chert. And that may be a drawback to this saw. I can't get the lid all the way down because it's got a little clamp, spring clamp that you put on that all thread at the end of your table slide to lock it down, or to get it to move that direction, and it gets in the way of this lid sometimes. Okay, let's go ahead and turn this on and get it started. That over here far enough so it don't come in. There we go. Now I'll go ahead and shut this off before it gets real noisy. So I'm gonna go ahead and start on the other ones in a little bit. Okay, I don't know how much of that you got, but I put this piece of wood on here to help this, because this is not on a spring or anything, it's just there. And I put it on this piece of wood so that it'll glide over top of that rock. That's what caused it to get dark here and stop pulling in the saw, was because it was stuck on that and it was grinding away luckily it didn't strip any of the threads on my, on my feeder. I'm going to have to feed that. Let me start that one. Okay, okay, we got another chunk or another slab coming off. That's the one that had the dark stuff on it. The black side, or the back side, doesn't look too bad either. I kind of like the looks of that brecciated, whatever it is. I think it is still Chert though, but we'll figure it out in the long run. I'll put that in the kitty litter. Oil dry. It's oil dry, not kitty litter. Don't smell. I don't need it to smell. I just need it to soak up oil. Okay, I'm gonna have to I thought I'd cut off part of my I cut off part of this piece, but well, I still got some high ridges there, sharp ridges, I should say. Let's go with a 3/4 on this one, or 3/8 on this one, I should say. Well, these nice little saw guides, but this one's crooked. You set it down, you can see that this end sticks up higher than this end. So it just basically comes out like this along the side of the blade. And I can't get it to go down in there where it's supposed to. I don't know what's wrong with it, but I think it needs a little trimming on the back side. Guess I'll get it up to the end of the saw, or into the saw blade. Put it up in here. That means it's the part that's closer to the right size will be at that end of the rock, and then I can gauge from there. Okay, I'm going to have to start that one too. Actually, I'm done on another saw. Let me see what I can do sticking around this. Where am I at? I stuck my fingers in that darn stuff again. It's the one thing I don't like about that. They've got a vegetable anti-seize out there that doesn't stick to your hands as much. I think this has got some kind of oil in it and mercury, or not mercury, silver. I don't know, aluminum. I don't know what's in it. Never did. Never did read it to see what it said. That's sticking up even further than it did the last time. Way the heck up there. That rock's a little wider than it should be because I had to go pretty far back. I mean, it's wider this way, so longer actually, I guess. But it had a short end, and then it had a wide end. And I put the wide end out, clamp to the short end. I don't know if I'm going to get much worse or anything on this. This should be alright though. I'm going to cut it across the end. I'm going to clamp it in the saw straight this way. Cut it across like that. I don't know why I didn't think of that. I can leave it over this way and it'll spin that clip. If I leave it over on this side and put it up against the outside of the plastic, it'll spin that clip on down once it gets past it. That's what I should have done. It kind of screws with my cover there, but not too bad. And when I got more of that aniseed. Well, that one don't look too bad either. Kind of got some nice patterns in them. I don't see any light coming through it yet, but that don't mean it won't. Let me cut this end off of here, or nick the end off of it anyway. Get it in the oil dry. Okay, next one's off. Don't look pretty. It don't look too bad either. Still got an edge to knock off here real quick. Okay, there's the last piece. Wow, that's way over back the opposite direction. Let me put this in the kitty litter, oil dry. Then I'll pull out that last one, the heel. Yeah, gonna need the pliers. The chunk of wood must have got up, went down inside. Maybe that's what I just threw away. No, that was a chunk of rock. Ah, the wood was connected to the back side of it, so. Well, that one's got more red in it. It's a little thicker than I like, but it'd be too hard to cut it back down any further, so I'll just use it like it is. Okay, now that we got these rocks all cut, let's go ahead and give them a look-see here. I'm going to set this up where I can hold the camera in front of me, and that way you'll be able to see the rocks better. Let me set this up real quick. Okay, my spray bottle. This is the first. Well, this is the second. This is the first rock I cut on the Jasper. First one I cut on the water saw. I only cut the one on the flat lap, and that was the harder Chert. Let me get these all wet before I even start, because it's going to be a little harder to keep them wet, or get them wet again once I got my hands full trying to figure out these cameras. I'm running two cameras just in case. Okay, here's that piece of Chert. I showed you it as I was cutting it, but I don't know how good the pictures came out. It's got quite a bit of saw marks on it, as you can see. Hopefully you can see them on there. But this is when I cut my oil saw. I need a new blade for it. I got an agate cutter blade on there, but and I can still get more out of that. I'm just not sure what I want to do with it. I'd have to glue it to a board or cut it on the flat or the water saw. Here's the next slice. I kind of like the looks of this. It's just Chert. But I think this is probably quartzite, so it's a mixture of both. But it's brecciated, whatever it is. It's brecciated quartzite or agate. I'm not sure what that is. If anybody has any ideas, let me know. They all pretty much look pretty close to the same. They're a lot more yellow than they looked yesterday. Some of them's got some pretty good red in them too. They still got a little oil on them. I didn't soak them long enough in the Dawn dish soap. This one's a little thicker, so I can round it off. And that's not a hole. Oh, it does let, this one probably won't. But that's another thing. Yeah, this one's letting a little bit through, but not much. Right in there is the only place it's letting any in. But these other ones let a lot more light through in places, just on those quartzite pieces or whatever they are. I thought that was neat. This one's not going to let any through. This one will. I thought I cut all those tabs off. I missed one. This one's a little thicker. Plus it's got the cloudier quartzite or agate, whatever's in there. And that one's not going to let me through either. That's the other heel. I'm going to try to round that one off pretty good. That's the only one that is going to, well, this one, this is the Stromatolite. I cut it on the wet saw, or on the water saw, and you can't hardly even see any, you can't see very many. You see a few places where I had to turn the rock to get it to cut. You'll see, as you've seen on the video. But it's got quite a bit of red up here in this end, like I thought it was. I was hoping it would. I'd hoping it'd go deeper than it did. It did go all the way through the stone, but it didn't go any deeper into the other parts of the stone. This one lets light through also. So this is pretty silicized, or silicated in its own right. And another part of the heel. I ended up cutting this one in half. There's the other half of it, or another part of it. I think I cut a part of it out. Oh, I don't know what I did on this one, but I think it was together like that. I don't know. It's pretty. I got these two other pieces. I made these thicker too because they're going to be a lot smaller. And I figured that I could round them on both sides. Then I've got these two jaspers. This is as smooth as I thought. I couldn't believe how smooth this was. There's no saw kerf marks on there at all. This is the back. This is the side that one of the heels. But these all came out looking real good, and they're sticking together with that water. I kind of like these. I'm not gonna be able to cut them up into smaller cabs. I can take a lot of this darker brown off the outside and kind of smooth them in direction, or smooth them around the edges, you know. I only got 3 out of it. There's oh, that's why these two were stuck together. I felt like I had the heel. I did. I had the other heel. I hadn't shown you this one yet. This one looks like Johnny Five. Doesn't it look like Johnny Five's head, kind of, sort of, from the movie? The 2 eyes and the shape of the head. But they're not. This is the heel part, and I think I showed you this one. This was one of the earlier cabs, or one of the earlier slabs. It's not a cab yet. But, a lot of these I'll probably have to leave together. I'm hoping this is the other piece of jasper, and I'm hoping I can round that. I left that thick. I just cut the end off of it and put that piece in the tumbler because I knew it was going to be too small. There's the other end of it. And it's not got any pattern that you could really cut up or make cabs out of. This has more saw marks on it than the other one. That's surprising. It's also got a fracture coming down through here on this one. There's a fracture here, a fracture here, so it's probably best in another fracture coming up through here. Looks like one there. Some of them are healed on one side, but not on the other. Well, there's a lot of kerf marks in that one. I was having a little trouble holding on to these once they got smaller. Once it got thinner. But you can see this center fracture goes through quite a ways. Actually, it only goes through 2 pieces so far. Yeah, that looks healed. Well, no, it ain't either. That one's got, you can see right in there, you can see the dimple, or dent, or the stuff that's gotten inside of it. But you can also see this fracture here and this one here. They're all, well, this one looks healed, but that might be fooling me. My fingernails aren't catching it like they do in the other one. Same with this one here, but you can still see the line. You can see there's a little bit of a dip, but it's not as bad as this one down here or this one up here. But I'm just going to probably break that piece off. Maybe not. Seems to be pretty hard. This one still has the fracture on the end, only it's a little deeper over here. It doesn't go all the way. Yeah, it does go all the way through. But they're not really, it's not a landscape type picture, Jasper, but it's just got a pretty cool pattern in it, I guess. That fracture goes through ways too. And this is the part that came off here. So, but anyway, that's all 4 of them. Get those all back together. I'm going to cut the other 2 at a different date. I think I will go ahead and do for a video. Well, I don't know. Yeah, I don't think I'll put it on this video. Keep this video short. I've put out quite a few long videos lately. And I'm trying out my GoPro camera on now. I finally read the book. It's only 175 pages. I thought it was about 300 or 400 pages. It's not a book. It's a PDF form. So, but anyway, thanks for watching. I'll be sure to do something with one of each of these for the next videos coming up, because this is all, today's the 4th of November. This is all fresh. I figured I'd better put up some fresh ones that maybe I can do a little bit more tricks with the editing and make them a little more pleasant to watch and not quite so boring. I did when I did this one here, I could not for the life of me film it. There's no way to film it on that saw. I showed you that in the video, or will show you that. I'm not sure where this is going in the video, before or after the cutting, but well, it'll have to go after the cutting, I guess, won't it? So I did tell you that anyway. With all the covering up of what I had to do and the throwing oil all over the place, if I don't cover it up, I decided to just tape pulling them out and trimming the edges, which I didn't do the one. I'm going to leave that out too, so I don't forget it again. That's it there. So I didn't catch that little piece that breaks off before you get through with the cut. This is going to be a pretty short video. I just made a short little decision on the ending of this video. Right after I said this is going to be a short video, I cut it off, and now I'm adding this to it. I didn't do it, but just a few minutes ago I edited the footage, and it's getting a little too long. So I decided I was going to cut the wet saw off. The footage that I cut using the wet saw, I cut it off, and I used the oil saw footage because it was a little more interesting. Plus, I had both saws going at the same time, and I cut all 3 of the other rocks. I cut these 2 and the Stromatolite. Well, I didn't get a good enough close-up on that Stromatolite last time either. I just now thought about that. But I cut those other 3 rocks in the same amount of time it took. Well, actually in less time. I cut all 3 of those rocks in less time than it took to cut the other 3 on the wet saw. I cut that one piece of chert, but I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 slabs off of it. But I got 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 slabs from the other 4 rocks that I cut on the wet saw. And I still waited 2 more hours to finish the footage for the stromatolite. Let me show you some more of that stromatolite. I didn't show you that stromatolite up close with the where you can get a good look at the patterns. But this is one of the oldest organisms on the planet. They say it formed from the primordial ooze. It's actually layers of ooze that was at the bottom of the sea. It's a bacteria, but it was one of the first things to start growing on the earth. And it's been fossilized. It formed in layers and then got covered when the oceans dried out and that type of stuff. And then it got compressed and heated and all that other good stuff. And that's what turned it into stromatolite. But it's a neat fossil. I wasn't too much into fossils, but my brother picked this one up somewhere either in Missouri or Kentucky or Illinois. He goes on the weekends, goes to flea markets and that type of stuff with a buddy of his, and he goes in all those different areas. This is almost shiny as it is, and I just wiped all the water off of it. It's dry now, but it took such a smooth. It was such a smooth cut on that saw. I'm gonna do these on the flat lap because I can start on the 325 with these. Even the jaspers, I think I can. I've got a few of them that's got some, and then I'll just round off the edges on the other saw or on my cabin machine over here, which you can probably see, but I couldn't tell that. And why is it going dark on me all of a sudden in one area? Too much light reflecting. We'll go back to this one. I learned something new every day, but it's a little shiny too. It's dry. And it's already starting to shine a little too. It's harder than I thought it was going to be because I don't know if you can tell from looking at it. See if I can get the light on it right. It looks like sandstone on the outside edges, or brick. You know, it's the kind of the texture it's got, but that's just the weathering. And this other one, it's got a yellowish looking, sandy looking rind on it. It's just weathering, but it's the first time I've seen any of this in person. I've seen it on Theo Callison and Katie did rocks and a few others, Arizona Rockhound Expeditions, and all those guys. I've seen Jasper and picture Jasper on several different ones, but that's the first time I've ever messed with any of it. I've had other Jaspers. As a matter of fact, I had a slab over there by the saw, but I won't get it now because I'm linked in the video as it is. But it shouldn't be more than, I can't read it from here, 35, 40 minutes long. But anyway, that's the video. And I was going to put a shop tour on there, but I'm going to go ahead and use, well, actually, I'm not going to use the footage because I've got my GoPro standing on a selfie stick, but it also acts as a tripod if you put the 3 feet out, and I carried it around the shop, and it's a little tight. And so it was, I kept catching the feet on my knees or on the tables, or so I decided I would do a different shop tour with the selfie stick in the right position where it's only like yay tall. So, but anyway, that's the video. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share. Leave a comment. Let me know if you think you know what this is inside of this. I know you'd have to look at it a little closer into this chert. I know you'd have to look at it a little closer, but and I don't think I shined the light on it one in a close-up either. I don't remember. Maybe I did. That might help you. Tell you what it is. It may even be calcite. I don't know. But it's neat, and it's got a nice pattern to it. I'm going to make either preformed or smaller cabs. I'm not going to do this whole piece as a cab because they're too long. Now this one here I will, because I can round both sides of it. And you can see how shiny that was. That's what made me think it was Chert or Jasper. But Chert does the same thing too. And the only part I could see, where's the other end of it? Yeah, you could see here that it was a conglomerate type of stuff, or brecciated, whatever it is. And this is the heel. So it's got quite a bit of red in it. And I'm surprised because most of the red was out on the other end. No, that was the Stromatolite I was thinking about. Never mind, sorry. I didn't even see the red until I started cutting this. But I'll do another video on all of this, and they'll be fresher and hopefully be better. So anyway, thanks for watching, and have a good day. Oh, don't forget, leave a comment. I'd like to know what you know. Give me tricks, tips, anything like that. Just let me know what you think. I'm going to make this one shorter because I put out quite a few long ones. Well, I said that on the beginning though, didn't I? Anyway, thanks for watching and have a good day.